know what is what.
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is Cult of the Living Dead.
All right, so let's get started. All right, we are Cult of the Living Dead. This is our inaugural episode. We are covering True Romance. I am the Dale, followed by Mr. Saya.
Yo.
And Twan.
What up?
All right, so True Romance is a movie that is near and dear to my heart. I actually really like this movie a lot, so I'm not going to have too many negatives, but it is a movie that I enjoy. What were your guys' first impression?
I guess I'll go. So I have this history with this movie, I guess you can say. I've only seen it once. The one time that I did see it, I think we were at your house, Dale.
Yes.
Extremely elevated. It was a different time in my life. I was a different person, so I don't know why I had this disdain for the movie, and I always carried that with me, and I never decided to give this movie another chance until recently. I think you'd be surprised to hear that I really fucking enjoyed this movie this second time around. I can see why I didn't like it at first, because there's some fucking corny parts to it. Some of the Hans Zimmer music is pretty funny, but overall, the dialogue and the movie itself, the pacing, it was a good watch. Granted, I did watch it elevated again, but I really enjoyed it this time around.
What did you think, Sarah?
It was my first time watching it, and
First time's always scary.
I went into it a little bit iffy because Twan hated on it so much, and then you loved it, so I didn't know. I was trying to limit my expectations, but I actually really enjoyed it. It definitely feels like less evolved Tarantino, but you can definitely tell that it's Tarantino.
Mm-hmm.
Just the dialogue and that, the whole story itself, and it's fucking star-studded.
It is a star-studded movie.
Yeah.
And I forgot it was directed by Tony Scott.
And directed by Tony Scott.
For those of you who aren't familiar with Tony Scott, in the 90s, he made a gang of movies with Denzel Washington. They're we're a powerhouse duo in the 90s.
Brother of Ridley Scott.
Which is interesting because
wow.
yeah,
Nice.
Ridley Scott makes a lot of historical epics.
Yeah.
And then his brother just makes sick ass action movies. Tony Scott did Top Gun, Man on Fire. What was the other one he did?
Enemy of the State.
Enemy of the State. That was a good one. There's a lot of good ass movies. It's funny that you mentioned Hans Zimmer. I think that's the one negative. I really like Hans Zimmer as a composer.
Yeah, he's good.
But I think this movie, I don't know. It's not his typical grandiose Inception.
Nah.
And it's weird too because when I think Hans Zimmer, I think orchestral type music.
Right.
And
big.
Yeah, this actually has a soundtrack.
Yeah.
And then he has that weird jingle.
Yeah, when they're in their dream state almost.
Yeah. When they're being all lovey-dovey.
Yeah, it's like a island tropical Ren Fair type fucking song.
That's exactly what it reminds me of, fucking Island Tropical. Yeah, as Matt said, holy shit, is this a fucking star-studded movie. I think the only not real star is the main guy, Christian Slater.
True.
Was he not big at that time?
He was big in the early 90s. He kind of fizzled out, I guess. But everyone else, you got Patricia Arquette, who's been in a gang of shit. I think she's won an Oscar, or at least been nominated. Dennis Hopper's won an Oscar. Val Kilmer was the shit throughout the 90s and early 2000s. Fucking Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman was wild in this movie. Who else? You got Christopher Walken.
Yep.
You have all these big dudes playing these pretty small parts.
Samuel L.
Brad
Jackson.
Oh yeah, Brad Pitt.
Michael Rappaport.
James
James Gandolfini.
That's Gandolfini's in
damn.
there.
Nikki Dimes and Cody Nicholson as the dynamic duo cops.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That's right. And then what's his name from Saving Private Ryan? The other cop.
I think that's
Chris Penn is.
Oh, the guy from Black Hawk Down?
Is he in Black Hawk Down too?
Yeah, the other, not the curly head.
Tom Sizemore.
Is that his name?
He's the guy who's laughing at the end. He was I fucking love this kid.
Oh, yeah.
That dude was in a gang of shit. He was in Natural Born Killers, and he got hooked onto drugs. Kind of derailed his career, but that dude was big in the 90s. It was a who's who cast, which is crazy too, because this movie came out a year after Reservoir Dogs. So Quentin Tarantino was still pretty.
I thought it came out before.
Didn't Reservoir Dogs come out in 92?
I
or was it
read,
94?
I don't know how true this is, Jamie, if you want to look this up. That this movie helped fund Reservoir Dogs.
Did it?
I did.
Tarantino. That was his first directorial debut, right?
Yeah. Reservoir Dogs, yeah.
this was his first screenplay, but he didn't get to direct it. And then after this, I guess semi-success of this movie, well, it basically funded. I think he got paid like $50,000, which was like the minimum to buy a screenplay back then.
Interesting.
For the movie, yeah.
Yeah, but Reservoir Dogs came out in 92.
Yeah, 92, yeah.
And then True Romance came out in 93.
So Tony Scott wanted to direct Reservoir Dogs, but Tarantino's like, no, I'm not giving you Reservoir Dogs. So then True Romance, supposedly, and like, I don't know how true this is. It's just me just like on the forums, on the Reddit post, just like reading shit about what the people thought of it. Supposedly, this movie and Natural Born Killers were one script that got split into two scripts. And one became True Romance, and the other was Natural Born Killers, but then Natural Born Killers got rewritten like 4 different times. So the movie that actually came out wasn't really close to what Tarantino did. And then Tony Scott read True Romance and was like, oh, I like this. I love these characters. I want to direct this. And then he's like, all right, cool. You could have this one, but you can't have Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I read that too. And Natural Born Killers is supposed to be the story that Clarence is writing about his love life and his like his story with Alabama, and it's like a meta, like a story within a story, but then it got split up, and then Natural Born Killers was its own thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then also I read that True Romance wasn't a chronological story. It was
like Tarantino.
It was like Tarantino style, but Scott wanted to do it in like a A to B kind of way.
Linear.
Yeah, way more linear.
I mean, it works out, but you can kind of see, I mean, at least I can, as we'll go through the movie in a bit, you can kind of see where it's kind of in sections, like how Tarantino does his movies. It's some of the transitions, but I think it worked linearly. I thought it was a good story, yeah. I think Tarantino's, because I mean, I'm a big Tarantino fan, and I think we all like his movies.
Definitely.
So like, you're kind of used to that style because you could see his writing, right? Because the way he writes characters and the way they communicate with each other in the movie. So it not being kind of back and forth was interesting, but I think it worked.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And then I know I read that the director also changed the ending.
Yeah.
And Tarantino had what's his name die at
Clarence.
the end.
Clarence
Die at the end,
die.
but Scott wanted a more happy ending, and Tarantino was like, it fit. He liked the change.
No, I think it fits. I mean,
it does.
Apparently, online somebody re-edited it to do the Tarantino way, where they split it up and they added deleted scenes. Apparently, Jack Black was in this movie.
Yeah, I did read that,
and that they filmed the original ending, and Tony was like, "Nah, I want to do it the happy ending way." So it'd be interesting to find online a fan cut of it, see how that worked, but.
Yeah.
All right, let's get through it. So I like the way the movie starts when they're at the bar, and Clarence, played by Christian Slater, main character, when he's talking to this chick at the bar about how much he loves Elvis, like he wants to fuck Elvis. Like, what a Tarantino opening, right? Like just some dude bantering about some random bullshit.
Yeah.
I guess it's not random, as you'll find out. Like Elvis actually does have a role in this movie, but him talking to this girl about how much he loves the king. He's like, I wouldn't fuck a guy, but I'd fuck Elvis. What did you guys think of the opening?
I mean, it was good. It was classic Tarantino.
Yeah.
It was great dialogue. I mean, the whole Elvis thing was pretty funny. Kind of really set the tone of how much this dude was in love with Elvis, that he wants to fuck him.
I think it also, like, it kind of comes through in his character too, as you see, like, he's kind of like calm, cool, collected kind of guy. Like, he kind of has that, I don't know, like, I don't know what the word it would be to describe it. But the way he carries himself is like he's like a persona of Elvis almost. Like he tries to be like the slick guy. He's very slick.
Yeah.
And that's how he kind of approaches all things. And I think it works really well with his character development as he interacts with all the characters in this movie.
I do think though, because it starts with Alabama, like with some dialogue, and she's talking about how she's trying to find like romance.
That's right. She is like a fucking narrator.
Yeah,
huh?
she's like the narrator. I think the main character is really Alabama, and like it's her story. But then the first scene starts by introducing her lover Clarence. But yeah, I do think Alabama was like the main character.
Interesting. I didn't think about that, but yeah, I could see Alabama being the main character.
Yeah.
Did that come across to you, Ton?
It didn't initially, but now that he's talking about it, it makes sense.
So, like if the movie is being viewed from the point of view of Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
I could.
But
see
then at
that.
the same time, like, why did it follow Christian Slater so much, like when he went off on his own solo escapades, not so much Alabama. Like,
Yeah.
Because she's still like, it's her story about her love. And so she's still like narrating in a way from like what he's doing. As we see later on, like he goes to do stuff on his own, like he goes on a quest.
He goes on a couple quests.
He goes on,
Yeah.
on a bunch of quests, yeah. But I do think I think Alabama's like the main driver. I mean, she's the person who brings it all together, right? Like because of Alabama, the whole thing basically happens.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's a good way to...
Would you fuck Elvis?
Would I fuck Elvis? No, would not fuck Elvis.
Come on.
fuck no. What the fuck?
I'd maybe try one of those with peanut butter and like bacon sandwiches. Peanut butter, banana, and bacon sandwiches that Elvis loves so much.
What?
That sounds bomb.
Yeah, that was his thing.
He had that? That was
Yeah,
the thing?
that was
that was his
his
snack.
like signature sandwich.
Peanut butter, some sliced bananas, and some bacon.
Crazy.
Sweet
That
and
sounds
salty.
good. Yeah,
That's
that
why
sounds
he
pretty good.
died on heart attack.
Well,
that
he
and
did a
he's
lot.
fucking
He did a lot
druggy.
of drugs.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah. He was very much rock and roll for sure.
Hell yeah.
This is random, but you guys, does Elvis have like any condition?
What do you mean?
Is he like a Sylvester Stallone type guy? No, because he's crooked faced. You
What?
know what I mean?
Oh, I get you. Wait, what do you mean, Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
because he's. Oh, I see what you mean. I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm not a. I mean, send us an email if you. What is our email address? cultofthepod@gmail.com. If you know the answer to this question. I don't know. Maybe it was dropped as a baby. I don't know. It was just, he grew up poor. Is malnutrition. I don't know. That is true, though. He does have that, like,
Yeah,
that
he's
jaw
like
thing.
that twinge that, you know what I'm talking
I wonder if it's from growing up where he grew up. Where's he from? He's from the South, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It might have just been his thing, like a performer kind of thing that just kind of stays with him.
Oh, like Michael Jackson's fake voice.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Interesting.
But
I'm gonna look that
another
up.
We need to watch
just
that
a
Elvis
little
movie.
random
That was
tidbit
a good movie.
about this movie. They try to get Elvis's estate's permission to like use his name and likeness, but the estate was like, nah. So they, that's why like you don't really see his face, and he's never like, or Val Kilmer's character is never alluded to as being Elvis, and then
Yeah.
even in the credits,
He's the mentor.
the prophet,
Is it the prophet?
I think so,
Okay.
or the mentor, yeah, maybe,
Mm.
I don't know.
That,
One of
that's what
those
he's
things.
that's who's listed on IMDb. But interesting. I could see them being kind of
Yeah, and
explain it.
the director wanted to use Elvis songs in the movie, but they told him they couldn't even use the songs.
really.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Yeah,
Would have been fun little Elvis mix. Maybe if they do a re-release.
Hans Zimmer and Elvis mashup.
damn.
Hans Zimmer. I like Hans Zimmer. I don't want to shit on Hans Zimmer, but
Yeah.
the score in this movie sucked.
It was unique.
It's-
Yeah, it was for its time. It was a Hans Zimmer.
I guess I can't think of like anything else from the 90s I've seen that Hans Zimmer's done.
Lion King.
Yeah, he did do Lion King,
Oh,
but
well,
that was a banger.
that's
That was
a
banger
certified
after banger.
I didn't know Hans Zimmer did Lion King.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Circle of Life is a banger.
Maybe he took that like same kind of vibe. How do I continue this music type?
Interesting. Yeah, because I have Hans Zimmer up there with
Danny Elfman.
Oh, Danny Elfman's good too. No, from Star Wars, freaking Williams.
John Williams?
John Williams. Yeah, I think John Williams is best, but I feel like him and Hans Zimmer is like the next John Williams. All right, you mentioned Alabama. So what do you think about when they meet up their little date night at the Sunny Chiba? What was it? Not a double triple feature?
Triple feature. Yeah.
That's cool as fuck. I would be too down to see a triple feature.
Yeah.
Of kung fu movies.
That'd be really cool.
What do you think of Alabama? Could you tell right away that she was a prostitute or an escort?
Definitely.
Call girl? Yeah, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
her whole getup, her whole vibe.
It's pretty escortish.
Mhm.
Patricia Arquette is smoking in this movie though.
But I didn't
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
I didn't know that she was hired to like go there and do all of that. I thought she just kind of like wanted to go find somebody at this movie, and then she just chose Clarence to drop her popcorn on and then make an appearance to and like connect with.
Oh, you think she was going there trying to like find a mark?
Originally, yeah, I didn't know, and then after you find out later the real reason why she was there. But I thought it was like more of like a serendipitous kind of thing that she was doing. It
What'd you think of their chemistry? You think it was good?
was good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really
Mhm.
good. I think it's
Yeah.
one of the highlights of the movie.
Yeah, I thought they chose really good actors to play both those characters because they matched really well.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely believe that they were starstruck lovers.
Yeah, I know. I read that Tarantino wanted to cast Drew Barrymore originally for Alabama.
Interesting. Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
What happened? She just Tony Scott went another way, or
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore didn't want to do it?
Tony Scott went another way, and then Drew Barrymore was busy at the time.
Interesting. Drew Barrymore, damn, another like star, just throwing Drew Barrymore in the
Yeah.
mix. I mean, Patricia Arquette is a star in her own right, but dang, that would have been interesting casting. I don't know if Drew Barrymore could do that.
No, I think they knocked it out of the park with Patricia Arquette.
Yeah, I think
Like,
her Alabama was pretty. I think the acting in general in this movie was pretty spot on.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I thought their date was pretty cute. I mean, it's kind of like the focal point, right? It's where you're supposed to fall in love with the characters.
It was definitely at that point. It was like cheesy. Like it was really cheesy.
It was
And
very
I was like,
cheesy, yeah.
what?
yeah.
Like,
What am I watching? Yeah. What? Like, what is this? Word?
I think if I remember correctly, when I showed it to you guys the first time, you guys are like, you like this? Like, this is a Tarantino movie? I'm like,
Yeah.
no, dude, this movie's crazy. Like, it starts off like very, very bubbly, but
Mhm.
it soon unravels pretty wildly. But yeah, I see. And then the stupid, isn't that what the first time you hear the jingle? They're like tropical fucking song.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
That song is something else. I don't know.
we need a Hans Zimmer remix of that song
We
so
do.
we can play at festivals.
Dude, he needs to fucking play that shit in the next Nolan
You know,
film.
he was at Coachella.
Hans Zimmer played at Coachella?
Yeah.
20,
Are you serious?
Yeah.
2022 or
Imagine.
21.
Just zooted out of your mind and just Hans Zimmer just
He
opens with Inception.
Plays like
He did
big
actually,
room,
yeah.
like orchestral house.
That's actually pretty cool.
And he was playing a lot of his, like a bunch of his music from his movies.
That's dope.
Yeah. I don't remember that True Romance song though.
I don't think True Romance got the bidding for that one.
I don't think it did either.
I mean, you
That'd
could
be
probably
funny.
open with it.
Be a deep cut.
Imagine. I think he opened with
the anti-drop.
with Interstellar.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean that's probably his most popular score.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that gets put on a lot of the TikToks.
I wouldn't know.
TikToks.
The,
Well, they're on
the
Reels, too.
TikToks.
The
Yeah, I'm trying to sound old. I feel old.
so they have their dinner
Little-
or they get their
Their
pie.
little date.
Right?
Their pie,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
then they go get pie.
They get
Famous
pie.
diner.
Yeah, pie.
You
She
recognize
gets
that
pie.
diner?
No, where's that diner?
It's the Pulp Fiction diner.
It is a Pulp Fiction diner, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, where
Honey Bun.
Honey Bun, yeah.
That's that diner?
Yeah,
Crazy.
Is that also
You
the
know-
same diner that Mr. Orange meets? Does he use the same diner for all of them?
I
Oh,
think
man.
Yeah,
so.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
That'd be cool.
Which is funny though, because they're in Detroit.
Yeah.
Fucking up the whole like Tarantino verse. Because I know Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs take place in the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, right?
because Vincent is brothers with Mr. Fucking
It's Vincent Vega, Mr. Blonde.
Mr. Blonde. Yeah.
I might be skipping ahead, but I thought that the Clarence, Alabama was like a toned down version of Honey Bunny and that other guy. Like it's like their origin story. And
Tarantino loves these like kind of chaotic couples.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
there's
I did like towards the end of the movie, and I'm definitely skipping ahead, but like I definitely they reminded me of like the beginning stages of the Honey Bunny couple,
I could see that.
and then later on in life they become that couple.
They kind of look similar.
Yeah,
Not really.
no, not really. Alabama definitely not, but
Well, Christian Slater and we used to know the whole cast. His name. Who's that actor? An Abomination.
oh,
He looks like his ugly older brother.
Something Roth.
Not Tim Roth.
Tim Roth actually sounds like it might be.
Is it Tim Roth?
Tim Roth. Yeah,
Ooh, I got myself. Seen Reservoir Dogs too many damn times. Used to be my favorite movie.
But now it's True Romance.
No, it's not True Romance. Reservoir Dogs is still my favorite Tarantino
only the
movie.
first act of True Romance.
Uh,
Yeah, only that one jingle.
Only the jingle in the movie theater scene. Only the first act.
All right, so they get their pie and they go back to they go to the comic book store. That's cute. Reading comics and shit. Shows her Spider-Man #1, which is wild because that's like, I think that comic sold for like $1 million.
That was his way of
Damn.
hooking her in.
It's fucking Spider-Man #1.
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, look what I can provide for you, girl.
Well, I mean, when he was like kind
Yeah,
of
primo
bantering
shit.
about the comic, she was like looking up at him with these like puppy dog eyes, like falling for him.
That is true. That's true.
Like, damn, his knowledge of this fucking comic book is just making my pussy wet.
I wonder if he would have got as much money for Spider-Man #1 as he would have got for the Coke.
probably not
Damn.
at that time.
Probably not in
Yeah.
the 90s, huh?
but like if he saved it,
I think
for-
Marvel was going bankrupt during this time period.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they sold all their properties to like all these movie companies.
Yeah, I'm started from the bottom.
Yeah, they fall in love, have sex, and then she comes clean. And he's just like, yeah, I don't care. You're hot as fuck.
What
Yeah.
about his pad?
His pad's dope.
It's pretty cool.
His little like
loft.
For being a dude who works in a comic book store.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I feel like that's like a common trope in like the 90s, 80s.
Like all these people
70s.
lived in crazy spots.
Yeah, like lofts are cheap,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because it looks like you're just living like on the top of a fucking factory or something,
Yeah.
and like everyone has them.
Yeah.
Especially like, oh yeah, got this Dead and John's. Like, dude, your pad is way nicer than my pad.
Yeah.
I got like a job. I'm over here fucking living like 700 square feet. You got like a balcony that attaches to a fucking billboard.
Yeah.
You can just chill on. Like, that's looking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, his pad's pretty sweet.
That was definitely a twist though when you find out that she was sent there by his boss for his birthday. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Well, that's cool because he's like, oh, boss, he's this fucking cool guy. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Like, he's a real good boss.
That's an awesome boss.
That's the homie. You should send him a gift.
But then and then they confessed their love for each other like immediately after that. And
True romance.
and
right?
that and like that whole portion, I was like, what is this movie? Like why is this happening? Like, whoa, this is so goofy. It felt so weird, but everything after that just it makes sense. I understand why they had to do what they did in the first part of the movie to introduce them and make them fall like madly in love with each other.
Yeah, it is crazy because it is very like this doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
people don't do this. I mean, like it happens usually when you're not sober. These people were sober as fuck. So I don't know. It's like whatever. It's fucking dumb movie shit. But again, I think you're right. I think it does. They need to like go hard in order to like make the rest of the movie make sense.
Yeah. And also, I think because going back, Alabama in the beginning says that she's like trying to find love, or she was trying to find love.
That's right. Yeah.
And then she immediately finds love with this guy. I do think that potentially she could have been trying to find love this whole time. And then she meets a student. She was like, this is perfect. He has Spider-Man #1. I'm in.
Spider-Man #1, sick ass loft. He's not a pimp.
Kung Fu movies.
Cool purple Cadillac.
It's a total package.
Yeah.
Total package. Speaking of not a pimp. So then they get married, right? And then we get introduced to her pimp, Drexel, who's my personal favorite character in the whole fucking movie.
Drexel
Gary
could, like,
Oldman as the dread-wearing pimp Drexel. Holy shit. That was a character. I think it's his character that made me fall in love with this movie so much. Because I mean, admittedly, it came out in 93, so I was like 3 years old when this movie came out.
Yeah.
But knowing who Gary Oldman was as like Gary Oldman fucking A-list, like amazing fucking actor, like dude can play anything. And then seeing him play this character, I was like, no fucking way. And he brings it, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about fucking Drexel?
It was wild. I wasn't expecting him to be like a fucking villain in this movie. I know that he got this movie right after Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula. And so I read that
like because like Bram Stoker's Dracula was like a pretty monumental success. Everyone thinks Gary Oldman crushed it in that movie, and then you go and you do this character.
Yeah, I read that he used the same contacts that he used in Dracula, and then also the person who made his wigs from Dracula also made this wig for him, so he had his dreads the whole time.
That's cool.
I thought the intro to him was wild because it also introduced Samuel L. Jackson for a minute.
Yeah, he's in there for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds, and then he immediately gets blasted by Gary Oldman. And I was expecting Samuel L. Jackson to be like an integral character to this movie.
Yeah, when you see the title screen, it's like, oh, Gary Oldman, Samuel L. Jackson. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nah, he's just not.
Yeah, definitely
One
not.
and done.
Yeah. He wasn't my favorite character, though. There's another character that comes up. Yeah.
What do you think of Drexel?
Drexel was cool. I thought it was a little over the top.
He's
I don't know
right
if that
over the
shit would
top.
fly these days.
This is right over the top.
I want to know where he pulled his inspiration from.
Dude, love Chinese food. Fucking
did.
love Chinese food.
Yeah.
Always eating Chinese food. I mean, growing up in the SGV, I mean, I kind of hate Chinese food. I don't know if Detroit's Chinese food scene's got it like that, but can Gary Oldman. So then we meet him, Sam L. Jackson. They rob him, take their fucking coke, which becomes an integral part of the story, right? The fucking coke. So then Clarence over here is fucking Wyatt Earp is like, all right, I'm gonna go get Alabama shit after he has a conversation with Elvis that he like imagines. So is Clarence crazy?
Definitely. He's definitely unhinged.
100%.
He's unhinged, right?
Yeah.
Is he a vet?
I don't
I looked this up, but I couldn't find any information because the jackets he's wearing has it's a military jacket.
Maybe it was his dad's.
I think he said he had an uncle that served in Nam.
Mm.
Like offhandedly, it's just brought up in the movie. So maybe it was like a family member's. But this dude's crazy. He's having conversations with Elvis, and Elvis tells him he's got to go fucking kill Drexel.
Yeah,
that was a twist in the movie I didn't see coming. Because he's kind of a weird guy.
Yeah.
Right? He's like kind of like a geek, and he's like really into Elvis, like whatever. But him being hallucinating fucking Elvis Presley is like telling him to go murder people was not something I saw coming.
I definitely saw him, man. I mean, he falls in love with this chick within like
right away.
Within an hour.
They get married right away.
I think
next day.
I think there's like 2 people in this movie that I wrote down that are pretty level headed. Everyone else is like
fucking psychopath
on a sick one. Yeah. Yeah. Like constantly just doing crazy stuff. Yeah. Clarence's like vision of Elvis. I like that it's Elvis too, after we hear in the beginning when he like has this conversation with that random chick at the bar, like how he wants to like fuck Elvis, and he just loves Elvis so much. And then Elvis ends up being his like spirit animal that just guides him on this fucking quest. It was wild.
To backtrack a bit, one thing I wanted to touch on before we move on to fucking him fighting Drexel. One piece of Tarantino writing that I loved in this movie between Sam Jackson and fucking Gary Oldman is they open up with him talking about how much he likes to eat pussy, and then another dude going in and be like, "Nah, I don't eat pussy." He's like, "Man, I eat pussy. I eat the booty hole. I don't give a fuck. I eat it all up." I thought that shit was hilarious.
Yeah. That was definitely a Tarantino conversation.
Yeah, the way that he introduces characters, like I feel like it's really kind of natural, because like I mean, the dudes will just be talking about bullshit like that when they're just doing shit.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It really set the scene for the type of character that we're about to be dealing with. So what do you think about the confrontation with Drexel? I think their conversation is pretty good.
Between
between
Samuel
Clarence,
Jackson,
my bad, between Clarence and Drexel.
I thought it was sick. I thought when Drexel calls him out after he offers Clarence some food, and Clarence says no, and he just stands there, and Drexel's like, "I know what kind of man you are, because a guy that would have sat down and started eating my food, he wouldn't have a care in the world, but you have just been looking at me this whole time. You're not even looking at the titties on the TV screen." I thought that was pretty cool, because Drexel, like, he was a good villain. I think he was competent for the period of time that he was there. And he was definitely, he could have been like a really cool character to continue on. But I think Clarence he was too beast, because Clarence already knew what the movie was when he walked in. He was like, "I've seen this shit like so many times. I don't need to look at those titties."
Yeah, I mean that whole scene was really, really cool. I think it really set the tone for how crazy and unhinged Christian Slater is, or Clarence is. I mean, I thought the handing of the envelope and that whole discussion was like, that whole like little monologue where he's like, whatever's in that envelope, that's how much I'm going to pay. Not a penny more. That's how much, my peace of mind is worth. And this fucking dude, Drexel, opens the fucking envelope, and guess what's in there? Not a goddamn thing. Dude, that's a power move by Clarence.
That was badass. That was badass. Like he went in with like a plan. Like it seemed, because he's like, "No, I'm gonna go fucking do this." And you're like, "Oh, this dude's crazy." Like, but like when they're talking, you're like, "Oh shit." Like, no, like this dude, he came prepared.
Yeah.
That monologue was sick. His reaction to Drexel, like their like power dynamic, I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That shit was funny, the open envelope.
I don't think he thought that Drexel was going to have a security guard, though, like a bodyguard. Because when he first gets to Drexel's house, he knocks on the door, and the bodyguard opens the door. He's like, "Are you Drexel?" And he's like, "Nah." And then he takes him inside, and then he does get beat up by the bodyguard, right?
By both of them. He gets the shit kicked
out of him, and he's pretty much going to die.
Yeah.
And it's only because Drexel tells his bodyguard to leave that like opens up the window.
Yeah, for him to blast them.
Yeah.
And were they at Drexel's house? Like, what was it, that wall of like fish tanks? That shit was wild.
That was Drexel's pad.
Yeah, that was his pad. That was his home base.
Yeah. When you're a pimp, you can have a whole wall of
that was like his brothel.
I mean, like, he was more than a pimp, right? He was pimping.
Yeah, he was a pimp and a drug dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was just a one-stop shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a one-stop shop guy.
In an aquarium.
In the fucking aquarium. Yeah, I feel
Probably
like
sold exotic fish.
That'd be really cool to like go pick up some drugs and like visit the aquarium at the same time.
Feed some fish real quick. Do a couple of leños. That'd be cool. I think that's a common thing that it's not like a negative of the movie, and I don't know if it's a positive, but there's a lot of like cool characters I feel like in this movie and like cool dialogue that you're like, I kind of wish we got to see a little bit more of the characters, even though this was like a 2-hour long movie. To me, it didn't feel 2 hours long. Like Drexel, you think you're like, oh, this is gonna be like the way he's introduced, like it's gonna be the bad guy, and it's like, no, he's there for a bit. He's in the movie for like maybe 15 minutes, and then he's done. I thought that was interesting thing with, as we'll see with other characters in this movie that like show up and you're like, oh shit, this is cool, and then they're gone.
Yeah. I think that's like Tarantino style though, where you get like a good scene with a character, like a real good scene, and then that's it. That's all you get.
I think this is what I mean when I'm saying like you can kind of tell that it had the Tarantino structure to it, right? Because like when you see his other movies, it'll be like Pulp Fiction or like Reservoir Dogs, like Mr. Blonde only really has that one scene in Reservoir Dogs, right? The torture scene.
Yeah.
And other than that, he's just kind of a background character to everything else going on. It's mostly just like Mr. White and Mr. Orange. And I feel like you see that too. Like Drexel has this like one big scene where you like get introduced to this character, and it's just like in order to push forward Clarence's like narrative. But then going back to what you're saying about Alabama, if it's all being narrated, I wonder if her narration was going to play a bigger part in the movie, or if that was something added by Tony Scott.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because it was changed.
Like it's her telling, like we find out later that she's like telling the story to the kid, or like just relaying it as they're like, now that they have a family or whatever, they survive. I wonder if this is her version of the events that happened, not necessarily how they actually happened.
Yeah, I could believe that. And then I guess with that, you can never really trust the narrator in that too, because all these people are fucking crazy.
Well, Clarence does tell her though, he's like, no, we just talked. He was cool. Like nothing happened. And it's just like, that like he murdered him and then unknowingly took all his coke.
He also shows up like covered in blood when he gets back to.
Isn't the first thing that he says when he gets back? He sits down and he's like, "I killed him."
Oh, that's right. He did say
that's
that.
the first thing he fucking says.
He says he's just gonna go talk to him.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. That's right.
And then he comes back and he's like, "I killed him."
Yeah.
That's when he blows up on her. That's right. He's like, "Is that what you want? You love him?"
Yeah.
And then she's like, starts crying and she's like, "That's the most romantic thing anyone has ever done for me." Just like, this bitch is crazy.
Unhinged, just equally unhinged.
Fucking, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. And then they go after that? And then they go meet the father-in-law, fucking Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ex-cop.
I thought Dennis Hopper was going to be a bad guy just because
it's Dennis Hopper.
Because it's Dennis Hopper. But then he ends up, I think, in my opinion, he's one of the two people that's probably the most level-headed in the whole movie.
Yeah. I could see that. I mean, he's definitely not crazy.
He's not crazy. And I think his actions are just caused by him trying to be a good dad.
He's a great father.
He gets
making up for being a bad dad, I think.
Yeah, yeah. And he gets caught up in this wild ass fucking story.
He was like a drunk his whole life. Like when he was Kristen Slater talking, he's like, I never asked you for shit when you were drunk, when you and mom split. And he's like, no, I'm asking you to do this one thing for me. And he's like, all right, fine.
He redeemed himself.
He did fucking redeem himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when they meet, that's cool. She even tastes like a peach. He likes Alabama. Like,
I have to touch on this really quick. Yeah. What about the fucking kiss between
wild.
Alabama and the dad? I was sitting there like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, she gives
him
like
making out with the dad.
She gives him a crazy see you later dad kiss.
I mean, she is a call girl.
That's true.
I mean, she only did it for 4 days, but like. She must have been like down before, you know what I mean?
And you don't just become a call girl.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Unhinged. Yeah. Everybody in this movie except for 2 people.
Yeah.
Well, after that kiss, do you still think the dad is normal? Because you said the dad is one of the characters that you think.
He probably hadn't gotten any in a while.
I mean,
and he was just trying to give her like a goodbye kiss, and then she started making out with him.
It takes 2.
Let alone a make out, like.
I mean,
who kisses someone just on the lips straight up, like when you're saying goodbye?
After the first time meeting them?
I mean, like in Hispanic cultures, you give someone a kiss on the cheek when you see them, or you're going home. Like that's one thing.
Yeah.
And I think in Italian cultures they do that too, but like a straight up on the lips, like
this was Detroit back in the 90s. This was a.
I don't know what that means.
This was a time.
I don't know what that means.
People just be running around kissing each other on the lips.
I guess. It can taste like a peach, bro. Damn. Detroit in the 90s. And this is this sets up probably my second favorite scene is the conversation between Christopher Walken's character. What's his name? Vincenzo Cody.
Mm-hmm.
He's like an enforcer for what they call it. What's the guy's name? Blue something.
Blue Lou Boyle.
Yeah, Blue Lou Boyle. Say that 5 times fast.
Blue Boyle.
And they go and they're fucking talking.
I will not.
This conversation is, I think it's like some peak Tarantino writing.
Definitely. It was my personal favorite scene.
Yeah, this was my favorite scene too.
You guys start talking me through it.
Well, I mean, starts off with fucking them coming in and beating the dad, right? Because they know that he knows. The dad's trying to explain himself about why or where he thinks they are, where he doesn't think they are. Fucking Vincenzo, he's like the ultimate people reader. He knows when someone's lying, so he knew the whole time that he was lying. I mean, just that whole monologue from Christopher Walken. My knowledge of Christopher Walken has always been like, I'll do a terrible Christopher Walken impression, but like he always stutters when he speaks, right? He always comes across as like
a caricature of himself.
Yeah, but he was so fucking good in this scene, man. It was good, crazy. Yeah. And then the whole story about the Moors in Sicily, and that was just like, holy fuck. The dad just became like one of the coolest characters after that whole scene. He was just a big history buff and was like blew these dudes' minds. I mean, and in the end, he meets his ultimate demise, which I think on Vincenzo's part, it was actually like a mercy kill. Because I mean, they could have fucking tortured him,
kill him anyway.
Yeah, and he just ended up blasting him in the head. Like he respected him at the end.
The way I like the way he Dennis Hopper ends his whole more Sicily speech, and he takes a rip of the Chesterfield. He goes like, "Tell me, am I lying?" And I was like, "Oh damn," because it's Chris Rock is that whole like, "Oh, I'm the perfect like facial reader, lie detector guy in the whole world." Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." So tell me, am I lying? And I was like, "Oh man, that was sick."
Yeah,
it's like I haven't killed anybody since '83. Like, oh damn, or 84, whatever he says.
Yeah, that was they picked 2 powerhouses to do that. I think the acting in that scene, after that I understood completely. I was like, oh, I understand why Dale likes this movie.
It's so
like,
good.
This is a really, really good movie. And I thought that before when they did the Drexel scene and then Drexel gets killed, I was like, this is cool. But then it goes to that like immediately after, and I was like, oh, this is really, really cool. And I also like that you get introduced to James Gandolfini. He's just like in the background as like the enforcer's bodyguard. I thought that was awesome too, because it like introduced this whole new cast of characters and it just made it so much wider. And you find out now it's like a mob story, and the mob is chasing after these guys now. But yeah, that whole scene, Toby Dennis Hopper, it was perfect. That whole scene was amazing.
I think it's one of the things that why I like this movie. Like, it's easy. I don't know if it's easy, but like, there's plenty of movies that I've seen that have like a lot of names that are like, it's an okay movie, it's like whatever. But I feel like the script writing and Tony Scott's directing, they do a really good job of like these A-list actors when giving the limited source material they have, because we never see Christopher Walken again. Dennis Hopper's done. They're both in the movie like 10 minutes, but they are like in it for 10 minutes. Like, you get like, they take full advantage of what they're giving, and they act the shit out of it. And so I think that's one of the strengths, I think, of this movie.
Yeah.
And Hans Zimmer.
And Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, I like how when you get introduced to James Gandolfini, he doesn't say a fucking word.
No, he's
just in the corner, just with that like weird, like almost like Pennywise looking smile on his face, where it's just showing his 2 front teeth, and he's just like just waiting for something to happen. Like, he's just waiting for the word to just go in on Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, because when he's telling the story, everyone but was the one Sicilian guy who doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
Are all like looking at each other like, what the fuck? Like, is this dude saying all this? And Christopher Walken's just laughing, pointing me like, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
And then everyone's just like, oh shit! Like, this is the one I love. I wrote it down. I love that the Italian speaking dude, because he's seeing them laughing and talking, and he's like, he looks confused. He's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, and then he gets blasted. He's like, oh shit. Like, he's like, well, what happened? And he tells him like, oh, he said we were then words. And he's like, oh, okay. Like, whatever. And I was like, oh, that was good. Like, the way he set the scene in his, I don't know, like, he didn't know what the fuck was happening. And then you could see the tension in everyone else's faces. Like, oh shit, what's going down right now? Like, what's going to pop off?
Yeah.
And Gandolfini was ready to just blast them. That was good. So who's Is the next person that you think is level-headed, is it Richie? And like finally go to LA and they meet Richie?
Yeah. That's
I knew it. I was like, he's gonna say Richie and Dennis Hopper.
That's the second guy who's actually level-headed in this movie.
So after this, for the audience, they leave. They're going to LA. Well, I guess LA, Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Try and sell the coke. Clarence is meeting his buddies Richie. He's out there. He's trying to become an aspiring actor. We're introduced to Richie doing a scene to try and get on. What was it? A remake of that one Shatner show? Not Star Trek. The cop one. I guess they're doing a remake of that one. He's trying to get a side part, and you meet him. Calls him, saying he's coming down. They have sex in a phone booth because they're so in love. Then we meet Richie. What do you guys think of Richie? I like Michael Rappaport as an actor. I feel like he always plays a doofus.
Yeah, he's typecast. He just plays himself the whole time.
He does play himself, huh?
He was the same guy in Deep Blue Sea.
He was the same guy in Deep Blue Sea. Yeah.
He's just that guy, that like quirky fucking
I'm in over my head guy.
Happy guy.
Yeah. He just wanted to get a job and not live with stoner Brad Pitt.
Oh, Brad Pitt in this
who asked to be in this movie.
He did?
Brad Pitt asked to be in the movie?
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. He wanted to play that character.
Hell yeah.
Was Brad Pitt by this point?
I think he was up and coming.
He's up and coming, right?
Yeah.
This is obviously post Thelma and Louise. Because that's where he gets his like big break. Because he's like the hot guy in that movie. He sleeps with one of them. I forget which one it is. Is it post Thelma and Louise?
But I did like that he's just every time you see Brad Pitt, he's always just chilling.
He's just smoking, watching TV.
Chilling, just faded as fuck. Just living his life.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Just
smoking out of a honey bottle.
That was cool. It's a little homemade bong.
And I like how he's honest, but he can't convey the words or like convey the locations properly.
Yeah.
Like when I'm getting a little bit ahead. I don't know if I should, but when James Gandolfini ends up showing up, he's like, yeah, he's at the Safari Hotel, the Safari Motel, but they were at the Safari Inn.
Yeah.
It's like he was trying to piece together, and it like he didn't know what he was talking about, but he knew what he was talking about. He was just faded as fuck. That's all.
Man, you want to sit down and watch some TV? He's like, no, I'm good. Maybe I'll be back.
Yeah, Thelma and Louise came out in 91. And then this came out after.
Okay.
Interestingly, Thelma and Louise was done by Ridley Scott.
No shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Tony Scott's older brother.
There it is. The Scott brothers.
Being in the Scott.
Made that connection.
That's another example. I feel like Brad Pitt is like barely in this movie, but he's fucking funny.
Yeah.
He's a good character. He's a good stoner guy.
Yeah.
I think we all like to get elevated, and we all have met a guy like Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he did a pretty good job. Wouldn't feel like movies do a bad job of showing people on drugs, but Brad Pitt was very convincingly high.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I also think sometimes, and this might just be me kind of just saying stuff that grinds my gears, but I hate it when like stoners are portrayed in like such like a horrible negative way where we're just some like evil conniving people. But Brad Pitt just didn't care, man. He just wanted to just get faded, watch some TV.
Yeah, he was a go with the flow guy.
Yeah, he even offered Gandolfini like, yo, you want to come kick it with me? Like, you want to hang out with me, bro? Gandolfini was like, nah. He was like, all right, whatever.
Well, not only Gandolfini, but then when they come back as a whole crew, he offers the whole crew, like, you guys want to hang out?
He just wants a homie, man. I would kick it with Stoner Brad Pitt.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's probably smoking that swag, though.
Probably. Not maybe the Chronic. I don't know.
What was weed back?
Early 90s?
Early 90s weed? Yeah.
Early 90s is Chronic.
Yeah. But you think he was getting the Chronic?
Probably not.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, because he's a stoner, right?
Yeah.
So, like, stoners know where to get the good shit.
True.
You know, they don't. Swag is for, like, the weekend smokers.
Yeah.
And older people. Like, my uncle still smokes swag. He doesn't like the new stuff. It's too strong.
Well, when did your uncle grow up?
Like, the 80s. So.
Late 80s?
Yeah.
Well, didn't this movie take place in the...
Mid-80s.
It didn't take place in the 90s.
Yeah,
right?
Everyone has cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the big brick ones. They're like the smaller ones.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm getting my movies mixed up.
I
saw another movie last night, too.
No, this takes place for sure in the 90s.
Yeah.
All right, so you meet Richie, and then you meet his homie Elliot, who I think is like your quintessential like preppy fucking Angelino, typical West Side boy.
Mm-hmm.
And like they meet at Six Flags. They go on Viper, which is cool. It's a good ride. It was the big shit back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore now. It hurts, but it's so cool.
Well,
It does actually hurt.
to touch on that, that guy was Elliot
Mhm.
and Michael Rappaport. They actually both hated roller coasters. So Elliot's character, that reaction that we saw in the movie, that was genuine.
Damn, really?
He was actually that fucking terrified
He
of
was
the roller
freaking
coaster.
out like that?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's I mean that's so fun that you say that because like I mean I like I love roller coasters. I can't really handle the motion anymore. I get motion sickness. But like when they're riding on, I'm like, what adult acts like that while being on a roller coaster? Like Viper isn't even built like that. Like you're going on like X2 or something.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But Michael Rappaport did a good job of hiding how scared he was.
Yeah, he did.
He seemed like he was pumped.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's cool. I like that. Good trivia. So then they're gonna make the deal with what's his Lee Donowitz?
hmm
I guess I heard Lee Donowitz is based on like one of the producers.
One of the Weinsteins.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it was produced by the Weinsteins. Like,
Yeah.
that was a big name.
Yeah, it was
Makes sense.
that he's a caricature of them. So they're gonna meet Lee, gonna go fucking do their shit. We already touched on Gandolfini.
Gandolfini.
Fucking Tony Soprano. And then he beats the living fuck out of Alabama. What'd you think of that fight?
Thought that scene was crazy.
Yes.
I could understand, like, because that was before The Sopranos, and so I understand why they hired him for The Sopranos after that, because he played like a pretty good, like, unhinged enforcer hitman guy for the mob. That was pretty cool. But it goes back to Alabama being the main character because she dominated Gandolfini.
I think
She got lucky.
She got lucky, but I mean, she ended up dominating him.
she did. I mean, when he let her stab him, that was
Yeah.
well, I guess that was like his way of like flexing on her, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wanted to play,
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's how you wanted to play.
but he got fucked up.
He got fucked up, getting stabbed in the foot by a fucking wine opener.
Yeah.
Sounds all kinds of painful.
Well, before that happened, his whole like speech about killing people.
That was
He's like,
cool.
the first is always the worst. And then going on in the second, it feels a little bit better. And then the third, you don't really feel anything anymore. It's like, damn, this is really setting the tone of like how fucking crazy this guy is.
And like how fucked Alabama is.
Yeah. She's gonna die. It's basically you're gonna die speech.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Like basically, don't beg. You're
Yeah.
not. That ain't happening. Like I don't. This doesn't bother me anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like in this movie that cause I feel like I see it in a lot of movies where people like run away and they like hide in the bathroom and like they don't use the top of the toilet bowl as like a weapon because that shit's heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
So I thought it was cool that like she just bashes him over the head with it and then it doesn't break. I thought that was interesting.
It's got a hard dome.
I guess
Or
so.
Maybe it was just like top tier porcelain back then.
Oh,
Like not like nowadays.
no, it's built different.
Built different.
That fight was crazy though. Kicks the shit out of her and then she just blasts him and then like they don't get caught. I guess it's like a motel, but like it's a shotgun and she just like unloads rounds into this dude.
Yeah, I like that she before she shoots him, she gets the hairspray and the lighter, and
Oh,
she
yeah, that's
right.
she
Yeah,
that's
flamethrowers his face. Thought that was
I mean-
that was pretty cool.
I think she pretty much beat him by that point, right? Because he was like literally like on fire.
Yeah, after that, it's because he's on fire. He goes out and he like falls on the ground, and then she blasts him.
I mean, like I don't think like if she didn't kill him, I think he was done. I don't know if he was dead, but I don't think he was coming back from that.
Yeah,
Probably not.
I don't think you'd be able to survive.
Definitely concussed. Like really bad.
Concussed. I'm pretty sure he's got like 3rd-degree burns on his face. Like he's getting arrested at the minimum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I think she's very
resourceful.
resourceful. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. They come back, they escape, and then where do they end up after that?
Well, Clarence picks up Alabama, and then he's like tending to her wounds while the Hans Zimmer theme song is playing,
That's right.
and they're talking about
Certified.
they're talking about going to Mexico and starting a life together and like all that stuff.
Oh, kind of backtrack just a little bit. I thought the car ride scene shared a lot of similarities to the car ride scene in Pulp Fiction when Vincent Vega is driving Uma Thurman after she OD'd. Like they're just like, the guy's driving the chick and she's all fucked up in the car and they have a drop top convertible.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that is pretty similar.
Yeah.
They just love his drop tops, huh?
Yeah.
This is damsels.
Tarantino thing.
It was a
Yeah.
Tarantino thing. I feel like I think he touched on this, but I think touching on we'll talk about it after, I guess, about Alabama's character and her corniness, being like she doesn't seem like a real person. I don't think anyone would ever be like that. But so then
Unhinged.
they go to make the deal, and then so we get Elliot gets fucking caught up getting his dick sucked, which is wild because like he was like he wanted the girl to, I guess this is like you've never been pulled over by the cops before, but they're not going to search your car unless you give them a reason to search your car.
True.
Like, you get your dick sucked and you're speeding. You literally could have just been like, yeah, my bad, officer. And they'll just write you a ticket and you will just go. They're not going to be like, you got drugs on you, son? No. You're a white preppy guy driving a Porsche with this hot blonde chick. So like, yeah, my bad, officer. I got distracted. He didn't need to fucking hide the coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't need to bring it out.
He didn't need to do that at all. At all. He fucked himself.
Yeah, he did.
But Elliot is a fucking moron.
Yeah, that dude was an idiot.
Yeah, he was.
That dude burned himself. And then what do you think of the cops? Love the cops. Their
Love 'em.
banter is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, top level cops.
Fucking Tom Sizemore and Chris Penn. Rip.
Let me look it up.
For sure Chris Penn's died. He OD'd like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Which one's which?
Chris Penn's the white guy.
Okay. Chris Penn.
Chris Penn.
Got it. Yeah, that guy's like he's a good buddy character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he has a good back and forth banter.
It is Chris Penn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tom Sizemore died as well
Chris Penn, Sean Penn's brother.
last year,
Oh, really?
23. Yeah,
Oh,
March
damn,
3rd,
I can see it
2023.
now. Damn, I never.
You didn't
Never-
put those two together?
Nah.
Yeah, it's his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a good. He plays a good that character because
Yeah.
like he gets cast again in Reservoir Dogs,
Yep.
Mhm.
and he plays a good
He's
like
Vincent Vega's brother's buddy
in Pulp Fiction.
in Reservoir Dogs.
Oh yeah, he knows
Yeah.
Mr. Blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. They break him out of. They break him out. They give him a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I thought their dynamic as two cops was pretty hilarious. Also knowing them from Reservoir Dogs and then watching this, and they're like the opposite of Reservoir Dog. They're like cops in this movie, so it was pretty funny. But I thought that like their lines and then their like flipping of what's the name, Elliot, was pretty hilarious. And then they tape him up with they put a wire on him and then they send him into the drug deal and all that shit. I thought that was pretty funny. And then they're listening to Elliot in the elevator while he's going up the elevator to go do the drug deal. And he's yelling in the mic. Like, I don't think like Elliot can't hear him. He's just yelling for like
Someone to help him.
for no reason, or Elliot can't hear like the cops, right?
No, I
Like,
can't
so
hear that.
he doesn't know like what's going on. And on the other side, we just see like Tom Sizemore just like yelling like he's not gonna kill you, you're okay. And then he like flips, he's like he's gonna kill them. that was pretty.
Like, this
That was
Clarence
comedic.
guy is fucking crazy, man. I like this kid.
Yeah.
That part was crazy. He just pulls a gun out on him.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll fucking kill you right now. What the fuck's waiting for me? I was like, oh shit. Like, dude, this dude is unhinged.
Yeah,
But I feel like after all the shit that they went through,
yeah,
it makes sense. Because you'd be like, nothing has kind of gone right. Yeah, that scene was fucking funny.
yeah,
And they get into they're gonna do the drug deal. I liked Lee Donowitz. I liked his character.
yeah. It was
Yeah,
cool.
he was cool.
Yeah, but yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. His
His
whole like,
character and then the bodyguards that he has,
mhm.
they were cool. They
Yeah,
were
they were
just
cool.
all about fuck the cops the whole time.
They were all
They're just
fucking
down
cops.
to fucking just have a shootout with them.
Yeah. I like that Clarence really sells it in this final like scene. Like he's been lying the whole time about how he's had the drugs.
Yeah.
And he just actually pulls through and Lee believes him. And so he actually like seals the deal.
Well, I think the one thing that Clarence does with his bullshit is he always has a truth that he throws in, right?
Yeah.
So like when he's talking to Drexel, he's like, oh, I already seen this movie, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not interested, right? But it's like, no, I'm here to kill you, but he's not going to say that. But the other guy, he's been lying the whole time. And then at the end of that, he admits the truth, right? He's like, oh, I just bullshitted him. Like, okay, he's just been bullshitting the whole thing.
Yeah.
But because that's the truth, it's so convincing. And he's like, this fucking kid, he's been bullshitting it. All right, fuck it, let's make the deal. And I think that, yeah, that's the way that he's gone through this whole thing is by, he lies, but he's really good at putting the truth in there. So it's believable. I wonder if Christopher Walken could read him.
That would have been a cool like additional scene of Christopher Walken versus Clarence, like a final
If he came through.
battle.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that they didn't bring him for the like,
Maybe it's beneath
yeah.
Christopher Walken. Like that's at that point, it's like, all right, we'll send the muscle out to fucking LA.
I mean, if he hadn't killed a guy in like 10 years, right? So obviously he's like,
Yeah.
he's like a top dog. He's like
Yeah.
a made guy. So what do you think of that final confrontation when the cops bust in, the mob bust in, and then all this fucking
They were
shit's
pointing at
happening?
each other, yelling at each other.
Yeah, that was That was cool. It was
Good
good
old-fashioned
old-fashioned Mexican
Good
standoff.
old Mexican
Standoff.
standoff, yeah.
Yeah.
You got,
Or just a standoff these days.
Yes.
we're Mexican. We can call it Mexican standoff. And you get Clarence and getting high-fived by Elvis in the restroom. Well, all this shit is going
yeah.
down. Like, you did a good job, dude. We pulled it off. It's
Clarence just needed to go pee real quick. He was fucking stressing about this whole thing.
you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shootout was cool. So the reason why I told you guys to watch the unrated version is, I guess, the theatrical release, Chris Penn's character doesn't die. So,
Like he doesn't get killed by Alabama. Oh.
Yeah, that scene doesn't happen. That only happens in the unrated. I guess to keep it rated R, he had to either keep the dialogue from the Christopher Walken Dennis Hopper scene with all the N-bombs,
Yeah.
or he could keep the cop getting murdered at the end. So he gave up on that one in order to save the other scene, or else it wouldn't have got the rated R rating. I think they were going to give it like an NC-17 or something.
Wild.
So the unrated version shows, I guess, has like added scenes to it, I guess.
That was the version that I saw. Alabama kills him in the end.
Yeah, everyone dies.
Yeah.
Which is quite. I remember in my head, I didn't remember him dying. I'm like, I think Chris Penn's like the only one that survives. I'm like, no, everyone dies. That's how they get away.
Except for Michael Rappaport.
Or Michael Rappaport, he just throws the drugs.
Level-headed
and
man.
he just fucking books it.
He fucking sees his opening. He was like, I'm out of here. He throws the drugs and he just dips out.
I wonder if he got that, and he gets the part.
Yeah, he did get the part. Yeah.
So who really got the happy ending?
Michael Rappaport, level-headed guy.
Level-headed guy.
Yep.
So that kind of wraps it up, right? So then they end up in Mexico. Happy ending. They have a kid. He has an eye patch because he got shot in the eye.
They named the kid Elvis.
They named the kid Elvis. She doesn't like it, but whatever.
And it ends with Hans Zimmer's song.
Yep, with the little jingle.
Mm-hmm.
Loved
Classic.
it.
It's my ringtone now.
That would actually be pretty good for like an alarm. So, did you guys find anything interesting about this movie? What would you guys score it? Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 93%. In my book, this is an A- movie. I'd never really agree with Rotten Tomatoes, but I think I would say this is an A- movie. In the Tarantino verse, I think this is like a middle of the pack Tarantino, but high mid. Like I like him more than like Jackie Brown and.
Definitely.
Was it the Western one? Not Django, the other one.
Hateful Eight.
The Hateful Eight. Yeah.
That was good.
It was cool. It was cool. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think Tarantino's done a bad movie. Jackie Brown's probably my least favorite, and that movie's still pretty good.
God, I think I have the same feeling towards Jackie Brown as I did about this movie before I watched it again. But
Yeah, because when I first saw Jackie Brown, because I rewatched it, I was like 10. I saw it with my dad. And I was like, this was kind of boring.
yeah.
And then rewatching it, you're like, there's some really good acting in this movie. It's a good movie. What would you
that's
guys
why
score it?
Tarantino's, one of the greatest.
That's true.
I mean, after rewatching it and taking it in, I think from different eyes, I would say we're all different people. We all grow. Our opinions change, Trump 2024. No, but yeah, this movie was really good. Before I would have given it an F purely based off of, hatred and like it was too corny for me at the time. I wasn't as coherent, I would say. I think we were way too high.
They're fucked up.
But this time around, I actually sat and I watched it and I listened to it and I enjoyed it. And I'd have to agree with the A- as I thoroughly enjoyed it through and through. Each scene just got progressively better.
Mm-hmm.
And it just got progressively more crazy. And that Christopher Walken Dennis Hopper scene has probably now reached the top 3 favorite scenes of all time. Quentin Tarantino movies.
It's up
That scene
there.
alone was fucking great.
It's really good. It's really good. What do you think, man? What's your score?
I concur.
Yeah, A-?
Yeah, I like A-. I definitely didn't have high hopes for this movie, but watched it and yeah, it was great. I understand now why it's considered like the quintessential like early 90s movie. Like it was awesome. That
I don't know if you guys looked this up. Was it a box office success?
No, it broke even, but
That's better than a fail.
Jurassic Park came out there was a couple of big name movies that came out that year that
you're not gonna compete with Jurassic Park.
yeah. So like it didn't bomb because it was a bad movie. It bombed because it was
Too much
blockbuster
competition.
movies that came out that same year.
It's like a good off-season movie.
Yeah.
it was competing with The Fugitive and Undercover Blues.
Oh, The Fugitive is a good-ass movie, too.
Yeah, but it was competing with those, and so that was why it didn't really have that same. It didn't hit like that same way, and it wasn't until later on when people started rewatching it, then they were like, "Oh, damn, this is a pretty beast." But yeah, I agree with that A-.
A-?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think A- is good. I think it's interesting. I read who was it? IndieWire. They did a Tarantino double feature. He was saying double feature. They interviewed him, asking him what he thought about it.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those instances where he thinks that he agrees that the vision Tony Scott had actually was pretty good. Anything else you guys wanted to add? Anything cool you guys saw, looked up?
Nah, but I did want to pose a question. You know, it being a Quentin Tarantino movie. I don't remember any scenes, but do you guys remember any feet scenes? 'Cause he's a foot boy.
No, but he didn't direct it, so there wasn't any opportunity for him.
He didn't direct Dusk Till Dawn, and there was Salma Hayek.
But he was in it.
Yeah, like that's a scene he wrote.
Yeah, so like he was there.
That's a good question. But I think that's the only foot scene in that movie. What a flex too. That's taking advantage. Cancel him. It's taking advantage.
We don't kink shame here.
I'm not kink shaming, but damn, you write it so that you suck on.
I mean, wouldn't you?
It's a good opportunity.
It's Salma Hayek.
I mean, he can. Neither confirm nor deny. So, what do you guys think? Cult classic? Yes or no?
I mean, well, technically, it does fall into the cult classic category because it failed. It failed at the box office, and then it had a resurgence. Later on, it developed a big following because people started giving it, like myself, a second chance.
Yeah, I think it's a cult classic. I guess most Quentin Tarantino's pre-Kill Bill, because I feel like Kill Bill is what made Quentin Tarantino more mainstream, and then Inglourious Basterds is when he finally got his like critical acceptance, right? Because like, I mean, a lot of people always say like Pulp Fiction should have been nominated for like an Oscar, like for Best Picture. Like it was a really good movie, but it wasn't like an Oscar type movie, right? When it was a little bit more stringent. So I feel like it's for sure a cult classic. I feel like most Tarantino movies are cult classics pre-Kill Bill.
Yeah,
for sure.
Did Pulp Fiction bomb?
It didn't. I don't think so, but I don't think it got the like successes that you think it did. Because I know Reservoir Dogs was critically successful, but I don't know if it was like super financially successful.
Reservoir Dogs was the best indie movie at the time.
Maybe it's not a cult classic. I think maybe indie's what I'm thinking of. Like most Tarantino movies have been seen as like, these are indie films.
Yeah.
So they don't get the respect until Kill Bill became like a mainstream. Like everyone's like, oh, this movie's so fucking badass.
Yeah.
And then after that, they're like, oh, Quentin Tarantino actually makes really good movies. And I think after that wave is where you see a lot of people starting to come revisit like his older stuff.
True.
Because like I've been banging for Reservoir Dogs and True Romance for like a decade now.
Reservoir Dogs is so fucking good.
I was like, oh, these fucking movies are so good. Young Quentin Tarantino he had it, you know. But I think it's a cult classic for sure. Definitely, if we're talking within the Tarantino verse, I don't know too many people who have seen True Romance. Like I'm like, oh, have you seen True Romance? They're like, I don't know, I've never heard of that movie. It's like, oh, it's a Tarantino movie. Well, he wrote it, he didn't direct it. So I feel like it's still pretty not well known. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Cult of the Living Dead. We hope to catch you next week as we cover Into the Mouth of Madness. Thank you all. Have a good week. Bye.